Leon. But what has just happened in the last 10 minutes? Mason Mount comes on for Luke Shaw, finally. But what has just happened in the last 10 minutes? We were given a penalty 70 minutes into the game. It took the referee 5 minutes, referee and VAR, 5 minutes to analyse a clear dissent of a red card. He makes no attempt to get the ball. He's beaten, pulls back Embuemo, who is literally just a few yards in front of goal, pulls him back to deny him a clear goal scoring opportunity. Clear penalty, but the referee decides to give him a yellow card. Why yellow card? That's not double jeopardy. He didn't make a genuine attempt to get the ball. He didn't make a genuine tackle. He just pulled him back. What are the rules? What's the interpretation of the game? What is the state of our game? Only in football do we have referees deciding games. That's just crazy. And what happens after making Bruno Fernandes wait 5 minutes? Which, to be honest, we shouldn't even talk about that as an excuse. It's not. You're a professional player. You're being given a penalty. You got to stick it back of the net. But I did fear for the worst. Bruno Fernandes missed against Fulham. Literally a few hundred yards from Brentford Stadium in West London. We've already drawn to Fulham. And I don't think we'll get better than a draw here. We'll be lucky to get a draw at this point here. But it's just painful, guys. Painful. Ruben Amorim has got to take a lot of blame. Why is Bruno Fernandes even still in this match? I don't think he's done anything good. He's been a terrible captain, done nothing to inspire his players, hasn't led this match, is on a yellow card, and to take off Ugarte, who's had a better game than Bruno Fernandes, has been all right, is our defensive midfielder, and decides to take. He knows he has to include introduce Mainu, who's come on and done good, but again, kept Bruno on. What is this? Bruno FC again? I don't know why managers need to have that prodigal son. And in Ruben Amorim's case, I mean, they look similar, Bruno Fernandes and him. They've played together. They're both Portuguese. You know, it doesn't take a genius to or why he relies on Bruno so much, but optically, you've got to be able to analyze the game. And Bruno Fernandes has been an absolute petulance. Every time I watch him, is onto the referee for no good to Man United. Delit's probably had his worst match in a United shirt. Again, for me, down to Amorim. You've taken someone who was playing supremely well, a backline that was playing really well, had really good games against Arsenal, played well, even against Burnley and Fulham. He's completely dislodged that and put in a lack of confidence, a fear in them, fear of God in them, told them that they're crap. How about that for management, eh? Ruben Amorim? The defense right. You don't get the players right. You put square pegs in round holes. You're putting the slowest player on the United roster, playing him from the middle of the pitch. And you say, well, defense is a problem. Brilliant. How's that to inspire your players? Not just Maguire, who is to be blamed, who later on gets taken off, but also Luke Shaw, who then gets taken off. He's had a terrible game. Um, Delit has had his worst game in a United shirt, to my recollection. It's just been a disaster. We've been saved by the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper so far has probably been our best player. How are we not worse than 2-1 down? I'll never know. So these last 10 minutes these last 15 minutes now have just been a disaster, and a lot has to be on Amorim. A lot. I think the reporters are not being anywhere near as harsh. That's another thing. Reporters are nowhere near as harsh on Amorim as they were on Ten Hag. Nowhere near. Nowhere near as harsh as they were even on Van Gaal. What is it? Hating on Dutch coaches, is it? But, Ollie had a freebie. All his mates were in media. And looks like Amorim has got a bit of a freebie. They ask him mundane questions. He goes on to only take the blame on himself every time. Doesn't mean it, and continues to be stubborn. But back to the penalty. Their goalkeeper, Kelleher, has got a great track record on penalties. And that already puts doubt in the taker's mind. And Bruno Fernandes goes on to hit a very, very tame penalty. So this match is marred by the Portuguese disaster. This Portuguese pair of Bruno Fernandes and Amorim has cost us this season, cost us dearly. I can't even blame Shaw or Maguire, because Maguire knows he's slow. He's not going to all of a sudden get a burst of pace, into him. But the referee tells him to play from the halfway line. The referee puts the other players to play from the halfway line. Pace is our kryptonite, guys. Grimsby Town, yeah. Thanks for your comment. It continues, doesn't it? Fulham, Grimsby Town, and now Brentford. So we won a game against Chelsea, which, let's face it, it was against 10 men for the most part. We managed to cling on. I thought let's use that as a bit of impetus. Let's use that as a little bit of a gear up for the rest of the season. We've got Brentford and we've got Sunderland. On paper, 6 points for most top 8 teams. Has to be 6 points. But what happens? No. Man United will definitely not get 6 points. In fact, I don't think they'll get in any points here against Brentford. They just look ineffective. And if I'm very honest, guys, which I shouldn't be. I support Man United, and I should, we should want whatever we can get from football. It's not about who deserves what every time. But Brentford would be very harshly done by if United take a point today. I think Brentford deserve 3 points, and United don't deserve anything. So we're still playing. We're approaching the 90-minute mark, but it's just very, very sad affair. And I only hope that the reporters do justice to football and put the right questions in front of Amorim, because this has been a disaster. And Amorim can't get away with this. I'm not Amorim out as a Man United supporter. As I said, it's my job to be behind us, to back the team, back our managers. But everyone's got to do their jobs properly. And I think Amorim's been coasting. He needs to come under scrutiny, huge scrutiny at the moment. The team that he has picked is terrible. The formation that he's getting them placed is terrible. He's sticking to his 3 at the back. And, even today, right, he makes the change that should have been there from the start. Lenny Yoro comes in, bit of pace, drops Delit bang in the center, and straight away we look so much better. We actually carve the opportunity for the penalty. And I think had we gone on to stick that penalty at the back of the net, momentum, morale, everything would have taken us probably over the line. But as it happens, we didn't, thanks to good old Bruno again. But put the right players in the right positions, and I think Man United are a decent team. But Amorim doesn't do that. I don't know what's going on in his mind. It's pissing me off. It's pissing everyone off. And by the way, what's this ref cam crap that they keep doing? It's good from time to time, but not every time. Cut that out. Anyway, guys, I'll see you after the match for the player ratings. It was only meant to be a small live update since the penalty, but yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything from the game. And for me, I lay the blame very firmly, very squarely on the manager and the captain. The manager picks the captain, the manager picks his team, and we just haven't turned up today. Watching this Man United should remind every fan why we finished 15th last season. So, anyway, I'll see you all after the game, and we'll do the player ratings. Take care, all.